Welcome to SoCal Training Team. In this training, I want to teach you guys how to open an adult residential facility specific to the regional center. This is in the state of California. That's the area that we specialize in. So this is only relevant to California because I believe California is the only state that has regional centers, if I'm not mistaken. There are 21 regional centers in the state of California. So there are going to be some nuances for each regional center, and I'll cover those throughout this training. So the first thing, I can't emphasize this enough, experience. I always want anyone I ever worked with as a client, I want you to get experience before you even decide to open or develop your own facility. This is one of the most crucial pieces for me to you as an organization. I need you to have your experience. The length of experience does depend on the level of care you're trying to provide, whether it's 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. I'm not going to get into the different levels of care in this training, but just know that the amount of experience is related to the level of care you're trying to develop with the regional center. For me, as for you guys, what I want you guys to do is get 12 months experience working in the level that you have an interest in opening. Maybe I'll do another training on the different levels of care and try to break those down a little bit more. But the simplest way to explain those at this point is the higher the number, the more severe the possibly the behavior. So keep that in mind. And also the more services that you have to offer. So you don't want to always look at the number. Everyone wants to look at the number and say they pay, for example, $5,000 per head, and that's the level I want to do. That may not necessarily be the best level for you, and you may not be able to provide that level of care or service. So you want to do a level that you are comfortable with and that you would have the opportunity to have the most success with as well. No matter which level you decide to open, I want you to get 12 months experience working in that level, at that level. Why? Because it will give you, number one, insight on what your facility will look like. It'll give you insight on operations, paperwork, etc. So that's why I'm saying 12 months experience. Now you'll do some research and you'll find that, oh, on the lower level, I only need 6 months. I still want you to do 12 months. If these facilities are not the easiest facilities to run. And so that's why I want you to experience it for at least 12 months so you have a better understanding of what you're getting yourself into and providing services to the population or the individuals that we serve. All right, background. Background is very important. I get a lot of calls or do a lot of consultations, and I like to touch on some things that I know will just, to be blunt, will eliminate you from the process. And the background check is in relation to the community care licensing process. Part of the process of before you even get to the regional center, you have to go through community care licensing. Part of that process is the background check. Some misdemeanors will clear. Depends on the misdemeanor and how and when it occurred. If you have any felonies, you're out. So if you have a felony in your background, you will not be able to develop a residential facility. Take the ARF initial certification training. So while you're working at a facility and you're getting your 12 months experience, at some point you need to take the adult residential facility initial 35-hour certification. It is a 5-day class. It runs Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. I know some people say they don't have time or they can't dedicate that time to it, but I'm pretty sure you can find time like you do with anything else you do in your life to take the class. What this class does is it prepares you for the community care licensing state exam. You have to pass the state exam with at least a 70%. After you pass the exam, you will be issued a 35-hour you will be issued an administrator certificate, I should say. While getting your experience, there's a few things that you need to get done. You need to complete Direct Support Professional 1 and 2, also known as DSP. You can only take this class if you work for a regional center vendored home. It can't be any other type of home. It has to be a regional center vendored home. When you go to register for the class online, they ask you for a vendor number. You need that vendor number in order to register. And then at that last point there, I put first aid CPR. Those are just the general things that you're going to need for the regional center as well, and that they'll request from you. All right, attend a regional center orientation. After you get your 12 months experience, you need to attend the regional center orientation. Most regional centers have some type of orientation that introduces you to the different services and how the regional center works. Find out from the regional center if there are additional classes that you need to apply to become a vendor. During that orientation, you'll find that out. Some regional centers require you to take additional classes that they offer in-house. Not all regional centers do that. So that's why you need to find that out. You can only take this class if you work for a regional center vendor home. That's your background and that's your experience. Operations, this is important. Now the operation part comes after you've done all those previous steps. After you've gotten your experience, you've attended the orientation, you got all your certifications in place, and you understand where you're headed and what you want to do at this point. Now what you're going to do is you're going to set up a corporation, a C Corp, a S Corp, a LLC, a partnership. I don't know what kind of corporation you're trying to set up, but you want to set up some type of business entity. Once you set up that business entity, you want to open a business bank account. You want to open a checking account and a savings account. You need the savings account for P&I, which is personal and incidental funds. It has to be deposited in a separate account. So that's why you have that. You need to be able to show about $60,000 in a business account. On average, that's about the amount when I assist people in developing facilities. That's about the average amount. If you're really being truthful and honest, you need about $60,000 for operations, because what you do is for the licensing portion of the application, you have to create a budget. Whatever that budget is, say the budget is $20,000 a month, you just basically times it by 3. Most of your budget is going to be payroll. And then the last point is you need to have a property, whether you buy or rent it. You need to, if you rent it, you need to make sure that the landlord puts it in the lease agreement that it's okay for you to use that facility as an adult residential facility. So keep that in mind as well. So that's operations for us. Of course, SoCal Training Team, we do offer the initial certification. You can visit us on our website, socaltrainingteam.com, and go under initial certification, select ARF ICTP, and then you'll see our schedule of classes. We teach the class each month. It is on Zoom.